Okay, then let's have a look at this. So this is the €10 Lidl soldering iron that totally caught my attention during the week. Got it yesterday. You can see all my other bits and pieces here. I currently use a, I don't know, €20 no-name soldering iron I got in Dwyer's Electrical in Cork. It's not particularly good, it takes forever to heat up. So I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at this. The value seems incredible. But let's see if the reality, I suppose, matches the the hope. I haven't even opened it up yet, so this is, we can call this an unboxing, I suppose. Let's have a go here. So, let's have a check. We get the sort of coolery thing, or the thing you stick it in when you're not using it. You get a soldering iron with a nice Irish UK plug on it. All really good. Apologies for the noise, bit of plastic. Here's the base. It's very light, which is a problem in general I'm finding with these kind of bases. So I would suggest sticking some weights in that. Then we have some solder, some tips, and an instruction manual. One thing I like about this base is, let's see how this fits on. It doesn't. Other way. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'll look at the instruction manual in a second. It's got these little helping hands, which are, it's such a little, simple little thing, but so handy. The fundamental problem with soldering is you have two hands, but generally you have a soldering iron, you have solder, and then you have the thing. And trying to hold all three can be a bit of fun. These take care of that. They hold the thing, and then you can work away on your soldering. Let's open the little packet here. The main disadvantage I've seen is that they're using non-standard tips, which is such a disappointment. I'm not sure why you would make something that, you know, there's only two real types of tips in soldering irons that most people have. Either one that goes around the outside or one that goes on the inside. So that's one that goes on the inside there, you can see that. The other type, you have a narrower arm here and then it slides down, and which means, you know, you can buy your tips anywhere. Unfortunately, for some ridiculous reason, this looks like pretty much the same design as the other, but they've gone with this screw-in method. You know, you have to wonder, would it be possible to, actually, let's give it a go. All my bits and pieces here I need to find. Here we go. Soldering iron tips. Most of what you see on this desk is actually, most of it's bought in Lidl or Aldi. So this is a tip I got in, what the hell do you call it? Maplins. So it's kind of 4 tips for a couple of euro. But this is the standard size one, and it doesn't fit, which is a real pain in the ass. So no, I just don't know why you do that, because, you know, what do you have to do if you need a new tip? Your tip's worn out. Wait till next year when the sale comes around again. There's some logic with what Lidl and Aldi do with things like that that makes no sense to me. In any case, so that's your standard tip. That's the one you want, the pointy one. I assume you should probably use a screwdriver or a pliers or something to tighten it up. This is a little pad. You normally soak that in water, and that's what you use to clean stuff. Connor quickly checks the instruction manual. Yeah. So it appears what I'm supposed to do is that, which is fair enough. And then we take it apart like this. The iron itself feels good, actually. Good solid handle on it there. Decent size, you're unlikely to get burnt or anything. Oops. As I said, that's so light, you know, you're literally grabbing it and it's bouncing around the place. So let's plug it in and see how we do. Stick it into the hole. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to look most of the time. I would have a concern, actually. If you look, you can't see that, but the way this is, if you look at, I don't know if you can see that there. But this metal coil is out to the open air on my other one there, which I also I think got in Lidl years and years ago with the little stand. Whereas this goes in here, leans against the metal, which is fine, but the metal is leaning against plastic. So, you know, I be honest, I've plenty of times left soldering irons on overnight because I forget they're on because there's no light on them. And I'd be concerned if that happened, you could end up melting this, but you know, small criticism. They have these weird, you can see that, they're called them burning bits. Is that a thing? I don't know. Is it a German thing? You burn your name in wood or something? Never heard of it. Possibly, you know, nice arts and crafts thing you can do. But based on my artistic skills, I wouldn't bother. So really they've got one standard bit there, they've one kind of screwdrivery bit, which is the same as the one that came on my Dwyer's one, which I don't know what you're using for, maybe removing solder. And then 4 burning bits for arts and crafts. So I don't know, maybe if you know, it's a 3-year warranty, so maybe if you contact Lidl, they'll send you replacement tips for free or for very little. I'll also check on eBay to see if any enterprising young company in China is making replacement tips for, you know, 10 cents. Not a huge amount to solder, you're not going to get much done with that, but that's okay. Now we'll obviously have to find something to solder, but I've no idea what I'm going to solder. But we want to try something with these little hands, so let's have a think. What can we do? 18 mega, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I'll just show you, like, just for fun, kicks and giggles. I'll just do some wires. So these are some unbelievably cheap and nasty breadboards I got on eBay. The amount of metal is, I mean, it looks like vapor deposition on this. It's it's so light. I don't know how good they've been. You can even see it there. It's worn away already, but I'm going to give them a go. They were cheap, and I like this design, this sort of breadboardy type design, where you get strips rather than either massive long strips going all the way across, or alternatively individual dots, which most of the Chinese ones on eBay have. This gives you the ability, for example, to put, you know, like a chip along here, and then you can connect in various wires and other components along here in a breadboard style design, you know, a la something like this. So if you prototype on your breadboard, you do your basic idea on your breadboard, then you want to make it permanent like this, off you go. So let's give this a go. So if we try these helping hands, they seem to be fine, and we shall, do they bend down? They do, which is kind of cool. We'll get ourselves some wire. We'll get ourselves a wire cutters. Bum, bum, bum. Not that hard. Up. And of course I'm going from the wrong side. Classic noobier. You go in from the non-metal side. So let's open up. Let's try the actual solder itself. Tin solder. It looks like this isn't the you know, this tin-free stuff that you can get. Much harder for, I know it's lead-free. Sorry, much harder to use at home. So you're actually better with the leaded stuff, even though I'm sure it's killing my brain cells as I speak. So there's the solder there. Now that soldering iron's been on what? How long have I been blathering? A couple of minutes. So we'll just tin the tip there, which isn't bad. That's actually quite good. It heated up quite quickly, and it's a 30 watt, so we'll drop it a bit of solder like that. Boop. Done. So let's pop that out. From our little grippers, which I'm actually very impressed with. Cut our wire. And there you go. Perfect piece of soldering. What can I say? I can't criticise that. Well, I can criticise the tips. But if you're looking for a soldering iron, you've a couple of options. You can go to Maplin, it'll cost you, but you'll get, you know, one of the good brands. You can go to your local DIY shop. Be very careful. I mean, this is a 30 watt one. My other one there is 25. That's the sort of area you want to be. You absolutely do not want gas powered ones or anything like that for electronics. You want. So I forgot, the camera I'm using has 9 can only do 9 minutes of HD, which is a bit stupid of me because I blather on quite a bit, as everybody knows. So yeah, so what I was really saying before I was cut off there was, this is great. The tip thing is annoying. If you're looking for alternatives, your options are go to Mapland. Probably pay over the odds, but get a good branded soldering iron with standard tips that you can get replacements from anywhere. You can go for the El Cheapo one I have here. I don't even know what the brand is on that one. That one over there. You can get one of the really good ones, the Wellers and all of these kind of guys. You can go for your €10 one here. You can go with eBay, DX, or any of the Chinese guys. The worry there, just be careful you get something that's 240 volts, and ideally UK Irish plug, not 110 US, or you'll blow the bloody thing up. And then I'm looking at some of the more expensive sort of solder station kind of things, which are more like 100 and something odd euro. But the stuff on DX and eBay, I mean, it's €7-8, but you will only get the iron, which is why this little thing is a great value. The funny thing, I mean, just to show you some of the bits there that I have, an awful lot of what you can see there is Lidl Aldi. It's not. It's not official electronic-y stuff bought in some stores. So all those little drawers there at the back, I got those recently because this desk had become a mess. They were bought in Aldi in Dunmanway. Over in the corner there, they're all Kenco Millicano cans holding all my screwdrivers, most of which were bought in Lidl and Aldi. This really nice power strip here, I really like this. It's desk power strip, it's tilted, which is nice. That was Lidl or Aldi, I don't know which, I can never remember half the time. But it has USBs here as well, which can give plenty of juice. These are two knockoff iPad chargers, which I use for the Raspberry Pi and the Arduino. What else have we got here? Oh, well, this clamp, that's Lidl Aldi. What else? I'll show you there. This light here, this LED strip light, that's Lidl Aldi. This holder for the soldering iron and this magnifying glass and so on, that's Lidl Aldi. What can I say? It's good stuff. Over here, what do we have? Yeah, this is the power supply out of a really, really cheap case that I got for PC. I just didn't trust it to power the PC, but it's great. They do 5 volts and 12 volts. Look at that lovely piece of work by me there. Unfortunately, you need to just bridge 2 pins inside it to make it actually turn on. But I've actually done that with a little button here. What I use that for is, this is a charger. This is a Hobby King charger for the Turnigy kind of high-powered remote control car batteries. So they need, is it 5 or 12? Can't remember. So that's really it. What more can I say? Plenty. Yeah, back to the Lidl thing. I get it. If you want your kids to have a play around with soldering, you don't want to spend too much money, you're not sure if they'll be that into it. Great little tool to have around the house. A number of broken wires, if you've particularly things like headphones, all that sort of stuff, where the wire has become disconnected. All you need is a blade, a kind of snap-off blade, soldering iron, and maybe a bit of Sugru to fix it at the end. You can't go far wrong with Sugru and headphone cables and charger cables. That's the other one, obviously, all your iPhone charger cables and so on that break. I may do another video in a few minutes, I'm not sure. I've been trying my first hand at silicone mold casting to fix some suspension on a remote control car. We'll see how that goes. My first attempt wasn't too successful. Alright, more later. Bye bye.